was fun. Wish you'd known that was there. I could set myself up better for it. A little chicane. Hiya, welcome back to Tutor on the Bike. It's a lovely day. It's Valentine's Day actually, and the temperature is a balmy 4 degrees, but it's a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous sunny day. So today what my plan is to go to a place called Canonbie, which is right on the Scotland-England border, and there's a sign there that says "Welcome to Scotland." I don't know if there's one that says "Welcome to England" or not, but we'll find out when we get there. And what I'm going to do, as promised for Nigel, I'm going to stick up one of his stickers onto the sign. If there's a sign saying "Welcome to England," I'll put one on there as well, just to balance things up. But what I would like to do first of all is make a little apology to one of the guys, well I think it's a guy, that watches my channel. I'll put a link in the description below. 1973 Retro Rabbit. So on my last video, as you know, I put music on to some of my videos just to let you have a ride and a bit of music, and I almost always wait to get past these guys. There we are. It's unbelievably windy today, so I'm going to have to use quite a bit of AI to clear up the audio, no doubt, so you're not going to get probably very much engine noise. So yeah, 1973 Retro Rabbit. When I put on some music, and it was when I put on Emily's cover of "Have You Ever Seen the Rain?" He made a mention of it would be a good idea to put the album and artist and all that kind of thing on screen. And yes, absolutely I could do that, but I do put it on the description. Usually if there's a link to a YouTube channel or a link to the website or whatever. Now, I am aware, having read it back, I'm aware that my reply came across as a bit snarky. It wasn't my intention to be rude to him. He had a perfectly valid point. But unfortunately, music copyright things is something that touches a nerve with me. So I've mentioned, and I did a previous video about music copyright and my feelings on it. I am, or was, not anymore, a professional musician. I was a session musician for a lot of years, not as my full-time job, but actually when I was at my busiest, I certainly earned a lot more than I did at my normal full-time job. And so as a result of that, obviously I'm about quite a lot of musicians, and I've played with and recorded with quite a lot of musicians. And sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted because I've got Waze on, because I'm testing out my Chiggy, which I'll talk about later on. And she keeps bloody talking in my ear. So yeah, so basically, you know, those people that are musicians understand that most musicians are quite happy to have their music played. Obviously, if you're making money out of it, they want a cut of it, and that's only fair. But quite often it's the only people that make anything out of it really is the record companies. So particularly smaller bands, such as ones that I've used. So we've had, what have we had? We've had Skipinnish, we've had Tidelines, we've had Pete and Diesel. These guys are really not going to care. Certainly credit them, but they're certainly not going to care that someone like me is using their music. And from my point of view, if even one or two people say, oh, that was quite a good tune, and go and look them up and maybe buy an album or get a digital download, then so much the better. So I will continue to use recognised bands' music, albeit that they may well be small bands, and they will be predominantly Scottish bands because I'm Scottish and I want to raise the profile, if I can, in my very, very tiny little way, of small Scottish bands, because some of them are absolutely tremendous. Most of them are much better live than they are recording, it's true to say. So anyway, apologies again to 1973 Retro Rabbit. I didn't mean to be snarky, it's just one of the things that touches a nerve with me. I do try and credit where I can. I don't think putting it on screen is as valuable as putting it onto the description below. But yeah, it's a valid point. There we are. So, we're heading from Dumfries, taking the Shore Road, which I've taken you down before, towards Gretna Green. When we get to Gretna, we'll cut across country, go through probably, bumpy, go through Longtown or something like that, and head to Canonbie. We'll see how it goes. I've got the Chiggy set up in Waze, and it's not that I don't know the way, it's just that I want to test it out. It's the first time I've used it. Connecting it was pretty straightforward, to be honest. I use Android Auto. I've got an Android phone. I don't like Apple. And most of the reviews that I saw on it were for Apple, using Apple CarPlay. And so what I wanted to do was see just how well it works with Android Auto. And it seems to be okay. I've got Waze for the way there. I'll probably just connect to Google Maps and try that out for the way back. But so far it seems all right. You connect your... my phone is connected to my headset. I've got a Cardo headset, and my phone is also connected to the Chiggy. And so the stuff that comes through the Chiggy comes into my headset. The Chiggy, as I mentioned before, seems to be working all right. It connects easy enough. I've got the sunshade for it, just in case we get some reflections, but seems to be working all right just now. We've got quite a bit of sun kind of to our right and in front. We'll see how it works with the sun behind us, maybe on the way back. But it seems all right. I'm not massively keen. There's a kind of big gap at the top, which I can't really close up. It just means it's slightly smaller than the Navigator 6 was, or even the Navigator 5. So I'm kind of not overly keen on the gap, on the way it fits. But anyway, I just have to put up with that. But all in all, it seems to be working all right so far. The screen does appear to be slightly smaller. I don't know whether that's just my perception or not, but it does seem to be slightly smaller on the map screen than the Navigator was. But we do have extra bits and pieces down the bottom so that I can, icons for stuff that's on my phone. One thing I would say about my Chiggy is that it doesn't respond very well to the touchscreen. Doesn't work with my gloves on. I don't have gloves with a touch screen bit on the end of my fingers or anything. It's just normal leather gloves. But the Navigator 6 worked with just using that. The Chiggy doesn't. So if I've got to touch a screen, then I need to take my gloves off. I maybe need to buy gloves with the whatever it is on the finger, but I don't need new gloves yet. I will do shortly, but I'm not buying a new set of gloves just to do that. It's got voice commands. Not tried that yet, but that's a test for another day. All right, get past him. Just for a change of car in front of us. Right, so they're telling me they want me onto the main road. I don't think I want to go onto the main road. I'm going to take you into Gretna itself, and we'll cut across that way. I should have programmed Waze a little bit better. Here we are, so this is Gretna. This is where people run away to get married to, in quite large numbers still. Traditionally it was the first place that you got to in Scotland for people that were eloping from England. There was different laws down there. Something to do with parental permission or something like that, and if they didn't have that, then they would run away to Gretna and get married, because we didn't have that in Scotland. So yeah, this is Gretna Green, and I think that's all it's famous for. Welcome to England. Right, where's the Welcome to Scotland sign then? I don't see a Welcome to Scotland sign. Okay, so we are now in England, so keep our heads down. We'll try not to talk and give ourselves away. Hey. So my last job was, I was a quality control manager for a very large ready meals producer, and it was quite a stressful job, really. We produced a lot of different products, both ready to eat and ready to cook meals, and we produced a lot of them. You're talking about sort of up to 150,000 a day. So as you can imagine, it was quite a busy place, and it was great. I mean, the Carlisle guys were absolutely first class. Great bunch of guys. I've never worked in England before, and I was a wee bit kind of worried about how it would be received or how it would be understood, but it was absolutely fantastic. But I decided to retire early from that job because I was doing 12-hour shifts. So I was doing 6 till 6, 6 in the morning, 6 at night, and I was only doing it 3 days a week. So I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I loved that because there was no one above me on those days. So my counterpart that worked the Monday to Thursday had bosses above her. I didn't have that. So it was great. You made your own decisions and you lived or died by them, and so it was good, and it meant things could happen an awful lot faster because you didn't have to run things by the boss or anything like that. You made your own decisions, and it was fantastic. But it was getting me down in terms of health. I'm getting older now. By the time this video goes out, it'll be Sunday, and it's my birthday tomorrow. happy birthday to me tomorrow, and I'll be 59. At that stage, I retired when I was 57 and a half, thereabouts. It was getting me down. I was having to get up at 3:45 in the morning, and I wasn't getting back till like 7:30 at night. And doing that for straight 3 days, I was finding it tough. I'll be honest. I could have done it in my younger days, but unfortunately, I was finding it a struggle. And then what the company wanted us to do was do a kind of 4 on, 4 off rota. So you wouldn't be in the same day every week. 1 week you'll be in Monday to Thursday, the next week you'll be in Tuesday to Friday, etc, etc, etc. So I couldn't get on with doing that, and I wasn't altogether sure that I could manage to do 4 straight days, because after the 3 I was exhausted. So I decided, time to go, time to retire, while I still have a life, and I could afford to do so, so that's what I did, and it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. Yes, absolutely, I've got less disposable income than I had, but it means that I can buy, or I do buy, less things that I don't need. Having said that, I've spent an absolute fortune on camera gear and computer gear for doing this vlogging thing, but that's my interest. So nothing against England at all. What I do find it amusing is that I look at various posts on things like Facebook or Reddit or things like that, and you've got people that are say something fairly innocuous about being in Scotland and how much they like it. Actual Scottish people saying what they like about the country, and there's always at least 1 or 2 English people. Come on, I mean, this is not by any means representative of all English people, so please don't think that I'm anti-English. I'm absolutely not. But there's always 1 or 2 of them come on and are downright bloody abusive. I think there was a post on Facebook the other day where somebody had taken a picture of a Welcome to Scotland sign and said something along the lines of best sign in the world. They had been away and they were travelling back, and that was them back crossing the border into their home country again. And this arsehole says, well, if you don't like it, basically fuck off and stay there. There's absolutely no need for that. What a total wanker. We all are part of Britain, and yes, you don't need to like everybody, but you don't need to disrespect anybody just because they live in a different area of Britain that you do. People come to Scotland for the scenery. I hope that they get a warm reception when they come here. I hope the weather doesn't put them off too much, because it can be pretty shit. But yeah, please come and enjoy it. I think people view Scottish people as, or a lot of Scottish people, as very nationalistic and things like that, and we're proud of our country. It's not that we hate England. Look at these 2 helicopters. I don't know if you can see them up there. Looks like 2 military helicopters. Can you see that? I don't know why I'm asking you. Very cool. I don't know what they are. Sea Kings or something. Here we go. Welcome to Scotland. I'm stopping here. And we'll get Todges. Look at that. That's quite cool, isn't it? I don't know what they are. Sea Kings or something. I don't know. I don't know enough about helicopters to say. I've actually got a mate that is an RAF helicopter pilot, and he actually taught Prince William how to fly a helicopter. I've got a photograph somewhere of it. I'll maybe put that up. In the meantime, I'm going to go and stick Todge's sign up.